Welcome to Intimacy Evolution, the podcast that helps you enjoy deeper connection and more intimacy in your relationships. I'm Bri and Mark, relationship and intimacy coach, and together with my husband Mark, a licensed professional counselor, we're here to help couples create the relationships they crave. Relationships evolve over time, and that's okay. Let's talk about it. Hello, welcome back to Intimacy Evolution. That is a welcome back to us, because it has been a minute.
It has. And for today's conversation, it's all about how communication can be even more challenging the longer you've been together. And what's fascinating is when you say, hey, we've been together for 20 years or whatever it is, people look at you and say, that's so amazing. I bet this or that, and make assumptions. And much of this conversation is actually around assumptions and the lack of communication that can happen when you've been together and you know each other so well and you have that history, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, if Bri makes a facial expression,
I'm feeling very called out. But go ahead.
If I make a facial expression.
But you don't make the faces. I make the faces.
Okay.
So anywho. Okay. So in theory, if I made a face, go ahead.
Okay. I have a history. I understand what your faces might mean.
Mm-hmm.
And I could make my own conclusions.
Yeah.
And then never approach you, ask you about your experience, or talk
Get
to you.
Clarification.
Yeah. And then I just run with what I believe
To be true
and what you're feeling. And then I start making decisions and feeling however I feel off of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we lack clarity and connection and actually talking about the thing.
Yeah. And so, and that can lead to, miscommunications down the road because you made the assumption that that facial expression meant something different. And then you can start getting into, you have the frustrations, or you just stuff it down and then you start having resentment. And then there's another piece to that.
Okay.
So seeing your partner, whether they make a face or they have a phrase or a sound or something, again, you've been together for a while, you read each other really well, which is great. And again, if you're not following up just to clarify, what can happen is you're taking the other person's voice away.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking away their opportunity to share their experience, their feelings, and eventually this becomes a disempowerment for them, and they shut down, and you wonder why they might not be sharing elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
In your relationship or in their lives. It's because they have been, basically shut down, and it wasn't intentional. You thought you were being a good partner, predicting what they were feeling, thinking, whatever. But eventually they don't communicate with you anymore because you just know them so well.
Mm-hmm.
And they start to lose sight of who they are themselves.
Ooh. Yeah. I love that you said all that. The thing that's coming up for me that I would like to share is something we've shared a little bit before. I don't quite remember where, but it's my wife knows me so well. Sometimes when I walk into the room, she knows I'm thinking about something and I'm deep in thought and deep in emotion and I'm feeling it. And sometimes she is so good that she says, hey, what's going on? I know there's something happening inside of you. And I feel very vulnerable. I feel like, hey, I'm not ready to be seen in this yet, whatever I'm working on. And I shut down.
Yeah.
And what's the story you're telling over there?
Yeah, right now, in my mind, as that person that reads the energy and can feel him, I'm like, oh, I'm such a great wife. I know him so well. Look at me being attuned to his feelings and asking him. But like you said, it's very vulnerable. It almost is like borderline invasive a little bit.
It feels invasive.
And it's not, I'm not doing anything wrong
No.
or bad.
Mm.
But this is where that divide can happen if Mark did shut down completely and didn't say something like, hey, I'm navigating something I'm not really sure about right now. I just need some space. And I can be like, okay, great. Like, thank you for telling me. And we say this because this is literally something that has happened with us.
Yeah, and
So what do you like to hear in that situation? Instead of like, is it okay to say, hey, I'm noticing something for you right now. I'm noticing some energies feeling a little wonky. Is that okay? And then you can be like, yeah, I don't know yet. And you just respond, or
so initially inside I'm just like, don't say anything at all.
okay, great, just stuff it down.
No, not stuff it down. Pause, give me space. No. I think what you just did, which the listeners won't be able to see, is you touched my arm.
Yeah.
And so for me, connection and
That's
safety and coming out with the vulnerable thing that's happening inside of me, that little bit of touch actually makes it a lot better and a lot easier. And I'm not saying that everyone's
Every
like
time
me,
or everyone, yeah.
but she put her hand on my arm and she invited me to share, essentially. And I think for me, I have the ability, and sometimes I don't remember this, I have the ability to just stand up and say, you're right, and I'm not ready.
Yeah.
For me personally, when there's attention brought to my emotions, it and my vulnerability, it actually amplifies them. So sometimes when you like acknowledge that I'm experiencing something, it actually makes them bigger inside of me and it makes it harder to talk about.
Yeah.
And so I think what I'm owning is I can do a better job of telling you in the moment if I'm open to it or if I'm not and what I need. Because I don't want you, what you're talking about and what we have and what many people have from being together a long time and being around each other and knowing each other, it is a gift. It's a beautiful thing. And we have to treat it in a way that it stays a gift.
Yeah.
Because, when you ask me stuff like that, part of the excitement later is expressing myself and almost coming to you and being like, hey, I had this thing going on and I want to share it with you. And sometimes when you already know, it's like kind of like, it's like
Deflates it a little bit.
it deflates it and it'd be like getting somebody a gift, but they already know what the gift is. It's like, hey, I had this epiphany about myself. And she's like, yeah, I've known that about you. And it's like,
This makes me so sad.
no. Well, you can feel how you feel. But my point is, there is some like playing along that is okay. If you tell me something I have seen and believe about you, I can still go, oh wow, honey, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Or I can celebrate you in that moment and vice versa.
Oh, for sure.
You know many things about me before I know them about myself. And yeah, I like when you play along and you just celebrate me.
Yeah, I think I do that really well.
You do.
Most of the time. I try.
Yeah. So back to this idea. Sometimes we maybe even take shortcuts without knowing it because we've been together so long. And I just want to invite the listeners to slow down.
Yeah.
Even if you kind of understand or you can guess or you can assume or whatever these words are, take a pause, ask the question, go there. You never know what new might come out of it.
Yeah.
Or deeper conversations.
Yeah. And, along that invitation, I was thinking like, when you first started dating, when you first got together, you didn't know each other
Yeah.
so deeply. And you got curious and you asked the questions and you wanted to know. And so it's work, right? To go back into that, get really comfortable. And with that comfortability, we can get a little stagnant. And so it does take a little intentionality to, again, keep the curiosity, keep the communication open. Yes, you can know or feel like but still get curious and ask and invite them to share. Yeah.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, the more we talk,
Mm-hmm.
the more we connect.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's what we're here for
Yeah.
as
More
human
connection.
beings, as partners.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and
Parents
I'm gonna.
as well.
That's where I was about to go. I was like, wow, I'm feeling really called out right now with my kids sometimes
Yeah.
because um, we've been on this earth a little longer than them, and we've had more experiences, and so I
Yeah.
feel that I do this to the kids, and
Yeah.
I already know the result or what they're feeling or what's going to
Mm.
happen, and I jump to the end
Rather than going
instead.
through it with them.
Yeah,
We're-
instead of being next to them.
Yeah.
I'm above them or beyond them or something, and that
Yeah.
doesn't feel great.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't feel great to us. It doesn't feel great to them either because
Mm-mm.
they're just constantly like, why am I even trying if they can do it better? They already know. An invitation for mamas, especially. I feel like, dads too, but I noticed this with myself with Rona, um, especially when she was younger, but she's still like to this day, she just does things and I anticipate what I think she's doing, or because I'm busy doing something else, I'm like, why is she dragging the stool over here and pulling everything out? And like, I'm like, we're not doing that, blah, blah, blah. And I have my own story in my head. And if I would just be quiet for another 30 seconds or a minute and get really curious and just observe, I would see her process of she was dragging the chair over to the cabinet to get something because she saw I was making something or doing something. And she was trying to actually be very helpful to me.
Wow.
And I'm like, because then in the moment I'm like, oh, okay, thanks, baby. Yeah, I do need that. And if I would have it could have been a much more like cohesive experience for both of us. And so, yeah, it is something, it's very challenging because parents, we're busy. We have 1,000 plates we're trying to spin all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's going back to the partner piece of it too, right? If we know them so well and we can help take some weight off of their shoulders, then we're doing something good, right? Like that's how it feels. But again, it can be a detriment to the connection.
Yeah. I, it's so true with our kids sometimes. We miss the presents that they're trying to give us
Mm-hmm.
and the gifts that they're trying to give us because we're jumping and talking too much and too fast.
Yeah.
Much of the stuff we read about parenting or listen to podcasts, that type of stuff. Essentially, the point is be quiet
Mm-hmm.
and listen
Mm-hmm.
and be patient.
Yeah.
And they'll give you
Be
everything they're,
curious.
yeah.
That, yeah.
For me, it's just
Be patient.
shut the fuck up, essentially, and wait.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's the same with my wife sometimes. Be quiet and wait.
I need to be
Me.
quiet. Okay.
I knew you were about to say that. Uh-huh. Know each other so well.
See,
Mm-hmm.
that could have been.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was one other thing that came up for me in that, and it's just this idea of it seems to be true across people, but I view you, my partner, in the best version of yourself. And so I think part of this comes back to if I see you as the highest and best version of yourself, and I'm making assumptions related to that,
Mm.
then, it can be extra pressure and that type of stuff
Oh, for
put
sure.
on you. If I don't have a conversation, if I just assume and I
Hmm.
create stories and make conclusions and just run down that road. So
Yeah, for sure.
talk more, no matter how long you've been together.
Yeah.
Ask more curious questions.
Hmm.
We are never above or past the point of getting to know each other more and
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. I literally learn new things about you every single day.
Yeah, sometimes I just make up stuff so that you feel that way. That was a joke. I don't really do that, but it's kind of funny to think about now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. There's still things. And I'm always like, how have I not known this after 18 years?
okay, what does
But
she not
also,
know that I
but
can
not,
just spring on her right now? Uh, hmm, I don't have anything. Okay.
so
Well, I don't have anything else today unless you
no,
do.
I like this. A nice bite-sized episode. We're gonna try to bring more of these to you guys. So yeah, we're back again.
We're always here.
We're always here. We just we're not on
Podcast
the
sometimes.
mics. We should be. We should be mic'd up all the time, honestly. Maybe we should
It's
do that.
hilarious.
We have the microphones. If it
Mm-hmm.
recorded, that would be really cool.
You just need, yeah,
We should
live
totally
cameras on us all the time.
update our kids for sure, especially Rona. So we are super excited to share that we have our first ever couples retreat that
Yes,
we
we do.
are putting together. It is something that we have had on our vision board for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and we have been getting requests for well over a year.
Yes.
And especially after your last men's retreat
Yes.
in April, it like really hit home. It's like the time is now. People are ready. We're ready. And so we're doing it. We are having our first couples retreat. It is called Sacred Union. And it is going to be here in Bentonville, Arkansas, July 17th through the 20th. It is going to be a very small, intimate group of 6 couples. So if you have questions or anything like that, definitely reach out to us. We are going to be setting up calls to answer any questions and go over what that experience is going to look like. But a lot of bringing intentionality back into the relationship, really deepening the connection and the conversations, and what does it look like to play with the masculine and feminine energy within the relationship and really amplifying that.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of fun, a lot of play, because that is super important in life.
That's right. I can't say enough about immersive experiences and waking up, living it, experiencing it, enjoying it, being together, and all the goodness that it has created in our relationship and it will create this time. And so I also want to say, if you're not one of the 6 couples this time, we're putting everyone that doesn't make it in this time on a wait list for the next retreat,
Yeah.
for the next couples retreat. So you want to get on there as well if you don't make it to this one.
Yeah, for sure. If it's something that is on your radar and something that you want to do, definitely reach out to us so we can get you on that wait list. If for some reason timing doesn't work out with this one or the spots fill up before. And I've been getting this question a lot. It is not only for couples that are parents. So
Yes.
we specialize in that. We have a lot of support if you are a parent and how would you navigate your relationship and the challenges that you face. But it is not strictly just for parents. We have a couple that is on the verge of becoming empty nesters already, so they're in a different phase of their life. We have a couple that is pre-family, so we like it. This is for everyone. If you want to just feel more connected and bring back that excitement and that spark that you had when you first started dating and just like have a weekend away together, then the Sacred Union retreat is for you.
Yeah, when you have 2 people like us curating the whole space for you and the intentionality behind it, and yeah, it's wonderful when other people create for your relationship.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So if you're an all-in couple, meaning that like you're in it, That's what this is. And so being around other all-in couples that are going to lift you up, support you, celebrate you is an experience I can't even put into words. But I'm so grateful that we've had those experiences ourselves at a few different couple experiences that we've been to. So yeah, we're excited. Reach out to us, DM us on Instagram. We'll get you the information, and hopefully we'll see some of you there.
Alrighty.
All right, we'll see you on the next episode.
Alrighty.
Bye.